In the quiet shadows of existence, a cosmic scale sways with the weight of your hidden intentions, measuring the truth behind every single word you speak. Long ago, in a village where time seemed to stand still, a simple farmer lived with a heart as pure as the morning dew on the fields. Every week, this humble man would churn fresh cream into beautiful blocks of golden butter, prepared with honesty to sell to the local village baker. He walked the long road with a steady pace, believing that his hard work would provide a decent life for his family through fair and honest trade. The village baker was a prosperous man, known for his delicious loaves, yet his eyes often darted with a secret greed that few people ever noticed. He valued gold more than goodness, always looking for a way to increase his profit, even if it meant taking advantage of those who trusted him. One morning, the farmer arrived at the bakery as usual, delivering his fresh butter and receiving his payment in loaves of bread from the baker. The transaction was quick, a simple exchange that had happened many times before, but today, a seed of suspicion began to sprout in the baker's mind. After the farmer left, the baker decided to weigh the butter. He had a feeling that the farmer was cheating him by providing less than agreed. To his shock, the scale showed that the butter was light. It was not a full kilogram. Rage bubbled up inside the baker like hot oil. "How dare he cheat me!" the baker screamed to the empty room. He felt deeply wronged, ignoring the irony of his own daily practices and habits. He ran out into the street, demanding justice, telling everyone who would listen that the farmer was a thief and a liar who stole his money. The matter was taken to the village judge, a wise old man who sat under the ancient banyan tree, the symbol of justice in their community. The farmer was summoned immediately. He stood there quietly, his simple clothes a stark contrast to the baker's fine tunic and loud, aggressive accusations of fraud. The judge asked the farmer, "Do you have a scale to weigh your butter?" The crowd went silent, waiting for the man to admit his guilt. The farmer replied softly, "Your Honor, I am a poor man. I do not possess a proper set of weights to measure things so precisely." The baker laughed out loud, but the judge silenced him with a glance. "Then how did you weigh the butter you sold to this man?" The farmer explained, "For years, I have bought a 1 kilogram loaf of bread from this baker every single day to feed my growing, hungry family. When I needed to weigh the butter for him, I simply used his bread as the weight on my balance, trusting that it was exactly 1 kilogram. If the butter was light, it was only because the bread he gave me was light first." The baker had been cheated by his own dishonesty. A heavy silence fell over the square. The baker's own trap had snapped shut on his own feet, proving that his greed was his ultimate downfall. The judge declared the farmer innocent. He warned the baker that the universe always returns exactly what we give out to the world around us. The farmer returned home with his integrity intact, while the baker was left to face the shame of his own reflection in the eyes of others. This story is a mirror of a much larger truth. The law of reflection governs every aspect of our lives, whether we choose to see it. What you do to others is what you are doing to yourself. Every action is a seed planted in the fertile ground of your own future. The ripples of your choices expand far beyond your sight, but they always, inevitably, return to the center from which they first began their journey. When you use a false measure for someone else, you are unknowingly setting the standard by which the universe will eventually measure your own worth. The web of life is interconnected. To harm another with deceit is to pull a thread that will eventually unravel the fabric of your own peace. Time is the witness to our character. It tallies every small deception and every silent truth until the sum of our lives is clearly revealed. Integrity is not just a virtue, it is a shield. It protects you from the jagged edges of a world built on lies and shifting shadows. Kindness and honesty are currencies that never lose their value. They buy the trust of the universe and the respect of your own soul's light. The universe is not punishing you. It is simply responding to the energy you have released into the world through your daily choices and actions. To change your destiny, you must first change the measure you use. Replace greed with fairness, and watch how the world begins to transform. The wisdom of the ages tells us that a life built on lies is a house built on sand, destined to crumble when the tide rises. When you look at another, see yourself. This realization makes it impossible to cheat, for you would only be cheating the one you love. Every challenge is an opportunity to test your mettle. Will you choose the easy lie or the difficult truth that forges a stronger, better version? Justice is the natural state of the world when we live in harmony with the truth. It is the balance that brings peace to all. Let your conscience be your compass. It is the only tool that can navigate the complex labyrinth of human desire without losing its way home. Plant seeds of truth today. Though they grow slowly, their roots will run deep, and their shade will protect you in the heat of tomorrow. The bridge to a meaningful life is built with the stones of sincerity. Without them, you are forever trapped on the shore of your regrets. Remember the baker. He thought he was taking more, but he was actually giving away his own security. Every act of theft is a loss. Teach the next generation that the weight of their soul is far more important than the weight of their purse or the height of status. The path of honesty is steep and lonely at times, but the view from the top is clearer than any shortcut could ever provide you. Be like the tree, grounded in the reality of your actions while always reaching for the highest ideals of the spirit and the human heart. Even our mistakes can be transformed into gems of wisdom if we have the courage to face the truth of what we have actually done. The great law does not sleep. It watches every transaction, every glance, and every whispered secret, ensuring that the balance is always eventually restored. When you look into the mirror of the world, do not be surprised if you see your own flaws reflected in the behavior of those around. You are the author of your own fate. Every choice you make is a word written in the book of your destiny that cannot be erased. Honesty is the light that purifies the soul, washing away the heavy burden of guilt and the constant fear of being discovered for who we are. Lies are a web we weave to catch others, but we often forget that we are the ones who must live inside the sticky, dark traps. We are one humanity. What I do to you, I do to the whole, and the whole will eventually return that energy back to my life. Paint your life with the colors of truth. Even the darkest shadows will then have a purpose in the grand design of your soul's evolution. Your internal rhythm must match the external truth. When they are out of sync, the resulting friction creates the suffering and chaos we call fate. The reward for honesty is often hidden, like an oasis in the desert, but it is always there for those who refuse to take shortcuts. In the storms of life, truth is your lighthouse. It shows you where the rocks are and guides you safely to the harbor of your peace. When you live with integrity, even the hardships of life turn into blessings that nourish your spirit and help you grow toward the light. Deception is a cage you build for yourself. Honesty is the key that opens the door and lets you fly into the freedom of truth. Every honest word is a seed of a new world. By speaking the truth, you are literally creating a better reality for yourself and others. There is dignity in the simple truth. It does not need decoration or defense. It stands on its own, as solid as the very earth. Wake up to the law of the scale. Stop looking at what others are doing and start looking at the weight you are putting down today. In the end, the only question that matters is, was your heart lighter than the feather of truth? The universe already knows the final answer. Release the weight of your lies. They are stones that will only pull you down into the depths of despair and keep you from rising. Truth can flourish anywhere, even in the most hostile environments. It is the most resilient force in the entire history of the human experience. The gears of justice turn slowly, but they grind exceedingly fine. No act, no matter how small, is ever lost in the vastness of time. Your honesty determines your path. When you are true to yourself, the way forward becomes clear, and the obstacles begin to vanish from your sight. Never underestimate the power of a single truth. It can shatter 1,000 lies and change the course of a person's entire life forever. Your character is your best defense. A person of integrity is immune to the poisons of slander and the arrows of those who seek harm. Peace of mind is the greatest wealth. It only belongs to those who can sleep at night, knowing they have been fair to everyone they met. You are carving your soul every day. Are you using the sharp tool of truth or the blunt, clumsy instrument of deceit and lazy shortcuts? Trust is the bridge between souls. Once broken by a lie, it is the hardest thing in the world to rebuild, even with many years. From a higher perspective, our petty thefts and small lies seem so insignificant, yet they are the very things that tether us to the ground. Cultivate the garden of your heart. Pull out the weeds of dishonesty before they choke the flowers of your compassion and your natural inner light. Focus your intent on the truth. This concentration will ignite a fire in your life that will burn away all that is false and unnecessary. The universe is a perfect machine. When you try to slip a lie into the gears, you are the one who will eventually get caught. In the stillness of truth, we find our real selves. This is the place where the scale stops moving and we find our eternal balance. Lesson 1. Honesty is the foundation of destiny. Without a solid base of truth, nothing you build in your life can ever truly last. Lesson 2. Deceit is a trap you set for yourself. The more you lie, the more you become entangled in a web of your own creation. Lesson 3. Trust is the most expensive currency in the world. It takes a lifetime to earn, but only a few seconds to lose forever. Lesson 4. Every action leaves a trace. The universe remembers what you have done, even if the rest of the world seems to have forgotten. Lesson 5. You receive exactly what you give. This is the law of the harvest. You can only reap what you have actually sown earlier. Take these lessons into your heart. They are the keys to a life of meaning, power, and the kind of peace that surpasses all understanding. Carry them with you through the marketplace, the boardroom, and the home. Let them guide your hands and your tongue in every single moment today. When you live by these truths, you no longer fear the scale. You welcome the balance. For you know your own heart is true and pure. The truth is a diamond that never loses its luster. It shines brightest when things are at their darkest, providing a clear path for all souls. Start today with a commitment to the truth. Let your first word be honest and your first action be fair to all people you meet. Years passed, and the baker learned his lesson well. He and the farmer became old friends, sharing the simple wisdom of a life well lived. He finally understood that the weight he was trying to save was nothing compared to the weight of the peace he had finally found within. The farmer never held a grudge. He knew that the baker's journey was his own, and that the universe had provided the perfect lesson for him. As the sun sets on this story, remember that your life is a river. Keep it clear, keep it honest, and let it flow naturally. Don't wait until the scale stops moving to realize you have been using a false measure. The time to change your heart is right now. We are all in this together. Your honesty helps me, and my fairness helps you. Together, we can create a world that is truly balanced. Share your own stories of karma and truth in the comments below. Let us build a community of awakening and shared human wisdom and growth. If this message touched your soul, subscribe and join us on this journey of consciousness. We have many more stories to share with you soon. Thank you for watching. May your scale always be true, and may your destiny be as bright as the sun that rises over your horizon. The scale you use today is the fate you receive tomorrow. Make it a measure of love, a measure of truth, and a measure of light. Fly high above the petty deceptions of the world. Find your strength in the truth and your peace in the balance of the great cosmic law. Be a light in the darkness. Even the smallest candle can dispel a great shadow if its flame is fed by the oil of pure sincerity. Peace be with you on your journey. Remember the scale, remember the farmer, and most importantly, remember the truth that lives inside your own heart.